Hey all, it's Yeggin. I'm back. And at the end of last episode, I promised you we'd go back behind me there and take a look at that structure, which I'm telling you right now is a mob grinder. A mob grinder like the kind that you need a glass world to make and have it work really, really well. So let's go over there and take a look at it. I have not run it yet. This will be our first time running it. We actually need it to be night to start, but we'll get there. We'll get over there. I got a couple more little bits of work to do on it that I'll show you, and then we'll get started with it. Alright, you can see as we're coming up on it, it's pretty big. I've hollowed out some space. We'll do a quick run around it. This is going to be controlled by minecarts that are going to go past these dispensers and dump water onto the dirt right there. You see the horse's head I'm using to point. And that will run water across all the open dirt where mobs will form and knock them into these series of canals of water, which then, well, now you got to use the tip of the axe there. They're going to go into that final canal, drop down 22 blocks to a collection area down there where the mobs will be hurt. I'll be able to hit them and kill them quickly. And all of the items, I will get all the XP, and all of the items will collect in a chest. It's going to be great once I get it started. Like I said, I just got a little bit more to do with it. I'm going to come over here and get off this horse, and we'll take a look. Okay, so it's not running right now because, one, it's daylight, and daylight is shining down on the dirt, so mobs wouldn't spawn anyway. And there's torches, so at night mobs don't spawn in there. As soon as water hits it, all the torches are going to flow out, go down into the system, and it will become dark at night, and we'll actually be able to watch the system work. So the first thing I need to do is get these detector rails in place. And I'll go around and I will remove some key pieces of rail that are right next to the dispensers. And I will put detector rails in their place. Now when a cart rolls over that detector rail, it's going to dump its water. And then when a second cart rolls back over it, it's going to turn the water off. That is the key to this whole deal. I'll do it this way. Why not? And I do it for each different plot of dirt, and that will start giving me a lot of mobs. And this grinder will get me a lot of items and will get me a lot of XP pretty quickly for, for what you can do at this point on a server like this in the GLASSLAND. I suppose it's possible if I just kept playing that eventually I'd be able to make an Enderman grinder in the end after I killed the dragon. But I'm not sure if we'll ever really go that far with this game. So, while we're waiting for it to get dark, I'll give you the quick lowdown on what we have to do. So, jump over that little trench there. The carts run out, and there's this whole looping area where the carts run around, and that creates the time that is needed for more mobs to farm down in the mob farm. And I believe this is going to work. To be completely honest, I've never run a mob farm like this before, so this is all theoretical, but why wouldn't it work? I have run different types of mob farms that were similar, not quite this scope, and they worked just fine. Now, you see I have slabs down on top of the glass here. Eventually, and off camera so you don't have to see me do it, I'm going to cover this whole top area with these slabs so that it will remain dark in there, and this grinder will work day and night. It will just constantly be functioning. But I figured when we first started it, we were going to want to see it in action. So let's do that. Look at that. The sun is going down. Very, very shortly it's going to be dark enough for this to work. So let's step away. Let's take my horse for a little ride away from here so he doesn't wander onto the tracks and screw up my minecart. Alright. Sun is going down. I'm going to hang out here for a minute, and when I see you again, the sun will be down, and we'll start seeing mobs spawn, and we can take a look at how this thing works. Darkness has arrived. There's the final dying light over there. Okay, you see there's nothing going on the plains of GLASSLAND. And there's actually nothing going on in my spawner. And of course, that's because I lit it. I torch lit it. I forgot. The first act, the first run of the carts is to get rid of the torches. So let's actually watch this whole thing happen. This is my starting point. So what I have is I have mine carts with hoppers. Those are the mine carts that will travel the furthest distance on powered rail like this. And so these will keep going. Once I get them going, they should keep going indefinitely. The first one is going to start all the water. The second one, which I will send right behind it, I'm going to try to send the second one when this cart is about right here. I'm assuming that will give the water enough time to wash mobs into the channels down here. Give it enough time to run, wash all the mobs down, and then turn off the water so you won't just get mobs move just a little ways down and then they get back on dry land. But even if that happened, eventually all the mobs will end up in there. So you'll see. We'll see it in practice. Let's just do this. Here goes one. We'll watch him. We see the water spreading and the torch is going out. We see the cart moving. We'll send this one. And the machine is on. Water turning on and off. There goes one cart. Here comes another cart. All the torches are gone, as expected. The carts are running. They are in the system. Okay. Now they're running through little S curves here. Let's move back and see what we've got. So there should be mobs already spawning inside here. And as we see, there are. Yep. Skeleton. There's one already in the water. And there's a creeper. And there's an Enderman and a witch. This is working like a charm. There's so many of them. And here comes the water to wash them down in. And there they go, off the edge, into the water. And here comes the other cart to turn off the water. People, look at this thing. Look at this thing functioning. This is going to work incredibly well. Okay, if I sound surprised, it's because I'm just, yeah, this is just more success than I'm used to having this soon in anything. So, all right. Let's take a walk down and watch some of how this works. So here's our channel. Well, they've moved quickly down the channel. They roll down there, and they fall. Yeah, the spiders aren't going to fall, and there's not a lot you can do with spiders. So that's just too bad. But the other animals are going to go, well, the other mobs as animals are going to go past the spiders, and they're going to fall right down the shaft and collect down here in this area. Now, I'm going to tell you there are two things you got to look out for. You've got to look out for those. No, the fall is killing some of the mobs, which is not expected, but that's okay. I won't get items from them, or I will get items from them. I just won't get XP. The little tiny fast zombies, those guys can run up and kill me up there if they know. Once they come down through here, because they can get through the hole. So I'm going to have to start leaving a piece of dirt in the stairwell to keep them from running up. But this is just going to run continually and just keep dropping these. Look at this. It's not going to drop any spiders. Spiders are going to bunch up. And actually, spiders are going to be a problem. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to create a secondary killing area where I kill all the spiders from up there. But for the time being, let's go wipe some of these guys out. Oh, I said there were two problems. The other one is if you get a skeleton that sees you through the wall, through a hole in the wall, and shoots at you and hits a creeper, the creeper will explode and blow up your entire works. So you do have to watch out for that. But I think we'll be okay. Whoa. Yeah. There we go. Uh-oh. Witch don't want to die. I forget, witches protect themselves. Then you gotta get close. Come over here to this one. Alright. So look at that. I'm already up 10. I'm up 10. And they just keep coming. I'm up 11 now. Oh, that squid fell down. Yes. So this is just a way. Now I can go enchant some more stuff. And what do we got in here? Look at that. Arrows. I needed arrows. I've got arrows. All kinds of gunpowder, as if those would be any good. There's my torches that wash down like I said they would. So yeah, this is going to be good for me in the long run. I really think it is. My only problem is I realize now I've got to deal with those spiders. And I I've got to get a way to get those XP out of there, so I'm going to break this so I can get closer. Yeah. Okay, so that's not a huge amount, but I had 1. I had 1, now I have 13. So I'm not going to complain about that too much. Let's put a piece of dirt here to keep those little bastards away. And let's go solve the problem of spiders. Because I honestly hadn't considered that if the spiders didn't die, they would probably max out the mob cap eventually. Mob cap meaning the largest number of mobs that can be actually spawning at one time. I think it's 70. So let's not stop my minecart. Oh, there's an Enderman. There's the Enderman that was inside there. Normally I kill Enderman. We're going to leave him alone right now because we need to just do our job. Oh, look, there's Enderman all over the place. Okay, so I'm apparently going to need an Enderman killer also. I will get to that. This is almost going to be like an Enderman grinder. Do I have my silk touch? I have my silk touch pick. Why don't I grind Enderman before? Now, why do I need a grinder? Maybe you're asking. Maybe that what I just said doesn't make a lot of sense. But let's make it make sense. Okay. With silk touch, I can actually get glass blocks. And once I have glass blocks, I can make things that I could not make before because we did not have sand. So let's make ourselves with these glass blocks. I don't know if 18 will be enough, but let's find out. Let's make ourselves a way to kill all of these Endermen, because this is phenomenal. I think what happens is they generate in there, and they then can't get out. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's right. They generate in there, they can't get out. They come up to the top, and if I just try to fight them, they're going to kill me. They're much stronger than I am. But watch this. This seems like as good a way as any to grind Enderman. And I got an Ender Pearl. Just call them over one at a time. You know, things could be a lot worse. Another Ender Pearl. Hey, buddy. Oh, but with the sun, they took off. Okay, no more Endermen. And that's fine. Oh, the mobs are burning up. Okay, so there's a number of problems. I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep Endermen off the rail. I'm probably going to need to create a cover on the entire rail line, because I think if the rail cars run into Endermen, they will stop. Looking down here, I can see that my mobs were burning. I saw that as they were falling. That's not good. So, cool. You know, they'll die and I'll get their bits, but I won't be able to get XP. And that's something to think about. I'm gonna need to block off that area down there so that the sun doesn't get to them, so that they won't burn up. Although it looks like they might be in shadow. Maybe they are in shadow. And now I really got to deal with these spiders, don't I? I'm going to mine my way down there so that I can get more glass, because I'm always going to need these glass blocks. I'm going to need them for a lot of stuff. And this is great. This silk touch is fantastic. Something that was a problem before, if I broke a piece of glass that I didn't want broken and I wanted glass there, I could not replace it. I had no way to get glass blocks. Now I'm going to be lousy with glass blocks. I love that saying, lousy with. I assume I'm using it correctly. I'm pretty sure that's a more of an East Coast expression. So we'll just appropriate that and hope I'm using it appropriately. Yeah, I did just say that out loud. You know what? I apologize to you for having to suffer me. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. Alright. See, am I at the right level? Not quite, but almost. We're going to wipe out some spiders. It's going to be great. Without ruining the drop, of course. We can't do that. Let's see if this works. Wonderful. Okay. Let's do this. You know, I guess I don't have to worry too much about the mob cap, because it really was only a few spiders here. And they can hit me through that hole, which is kind of awful. But I get rid of the spiders and I don't have to worry about it. So, and I guess one of those little guys could come running through. If a little zombie got lucky, he could jump from that edge and land there. It's probably impossible. I'm gonna call it impossible. Live with some risk. If that happens, then maybe it'll make for an interesting video or an interesting follow-up to a video. But yeah. Let's go back down into the grinder. So now I have an Enderman killer. So next time it's night and I get that situation where this whole area is surrounded by Endermen, I can go in there and get Ender Pearls. Picked up 2 that time. That's not bad. So let's go back down. See what kind of mobs are. Yeah, not as many of them have survived. They burned up. They burned up before they washed down, and they didn't last too long in this area. There's a whole bunch of XP down there from the spiders that I killed. So that's cool. No, those little bastards. I guess they're surviving in the shadow of this, which is kind of funny. Let's see what the box gives us. Well, you know, a little bit of good stuff. The other couple torches finally washed down. When I start growing stuff, I'm going to have a lot of bone. I'm going to end up with a lot of arrow. That's good. No, I don't need the rotten flesh. Spider eyes, who cares? But you know what? There's still some reasons to do this. The number one thing, though, is now I'm sitting on 14 XP, so I can enchant some of the rest of the stuff I got. And once I cover this thing up and it's dark, it will constantly work. It'll constantly run, and I will be able to do a lot more of this to build up my power. And yeah, eventually I'm going to need 30 level. Once I have an enchanting table and bookshelves, I'm going to need 30 level to get the really good stuff. So when we come back, I'll have covered this. I'll have some nighttime work going. And yeah, everything will be running as it should. It's running pretty well right now, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with it. I just can't wait until it actually... I could watch that water go away. It's super cool. I just can't wait until it's fully functional. All right. So that's pretty much what I got going there. Yeah, you can see my carts in the background going to their loops. This is supposed to be the time that mobs are allowed to spawn. And we saw it work really well at the beginning. We saw, you were there with me when we saw all the different mobs that were spawning. And it looks like right now it's just squid spawning in there. So yeah, when we come back, we'll get on to the next thing. It's going to be time to create a portal to go to the Nether and get some of the stuff we need there. We got some Ender Pearls, which means we need some blaze rods. So that's going to be next. Till then, see ya.